Hello. Today we're looking at an attempted murder case involving two law enforcement officers coming out of Columbus, Ohio. Obviously, viewer discretion is advised. It's no secret that being a law enforcement officer is a tough job. They have to juggle between being the first responders to some of the most horrific scenes and being positive role models by serving and protecting the community. But today, we're going to watch how fast a simple traffic stop can turn into a deadly shooting. Now, let's do a quick breakdown of the incident before we watch the videos. The incident began when the Mifflin Township officers pulled over a vehicle at around 6:45 p.m. on Wednesday, May 28th. The reason for the stop is unknown. However, suspect Daveonte Dixon, previously charged for burglary, obstruction of justice, and out on probation, exited the passenger side of the car and began to attempt an escape. This prompted the officers to chase Dixon on foot across a street and into a small field of grass. After running about 50 yards with one of the officers closing in on him, Dixon turned around and began to fire at the officers. The officer closest to Dixon, when he turned around, was shot several times, including once to the face. He is still in critical condition at the time of recording, with the president of the Fraternal Order of Police stating he was fighting for his life. His partner started pursuing shortly after with a taser in hand. As the shots started ringing out, he threw his taser on the ground and quickly drew his handgun. During the exchange, he was shot in the arm and started running toward the house to his right. At this time, Dixon didn't decide to run away, but chose to stay and keep firing at the standing officer. He presumably fled after firing all of his rounds and wasn't found until 2 days later by U.S. Marshals. Now, let's watch the body cam and surveillance video. Remember, viewer discretion is advised. As you watched, both officers were shot shortly after the foot chase started. Both officers were taken to Ohio Health Grant Medical Center, where one was released the next day and the other is still under intensive care. After the incident, multiple police officers arrived at the hospital to show their support for their friend and co-worker, as seen above. Among them were the sheriff and chief of police. The officer under intensive care is expected to recover, but there hasn't been any additional news. Let's pray for this officer and use this as a reminder to thank the local law enforcement in your area. Have a great day.